Okay, Coach, it is a brisk night in the Midwest as we bring you football from Paul Brown Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a handoff here to his running back. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Carl Lawson, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
After the sack on first down, Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple, and he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Check hot route. Hot, hot. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Go. Switch, switch, switch. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Check.
This is Spiller. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now Spiller. And an alley to run. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
They run with Spiller. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And it's now 14-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Come. Switch. Showing up. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Jackson now. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out, and that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why they're...
And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery, but on 4th down, a change of possession anyway.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Credit the tackle to Isaac Yiadom.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check 26, check 26. Slam, slam, slam. Check, 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 check. Hey, check 24, check 24. Back, back, back.
Here's Spiller. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
It looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up.
Hey, watch it, watch it. 36, 36. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 49.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Mike's 49. Mike's 49. I know he ain't got it. 49. 49's Mike. 49. Zoom. 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. 49.
He'll look to throw here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Ravens nothing.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Bang, 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 bang. Kill, 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 kill. Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Check, 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 check. Check your hot read. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Okay.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Check. 49, check 49.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. A quick throw now complete to Ross. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Shit.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but hold on, we finished.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Switch. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight. Check 3.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Sit. Drop, turn up.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Jackson will throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go. Let's go. Bravo.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Carl Lawson, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
Under 10, 10. Alert flag.
Now a handoff here Bengals running back. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Check 31, check 31. Check. Rotate. Spell. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Switch.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Watch out. Check 32.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Here's Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Forced out to his left, and they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Jackson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the rout is on here in this first half. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
Good one, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Hey, me and you all day. All day. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this one fielded at the 5. Room here to run. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Bengals. Lambo on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Check.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 76 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Out. Let's go.
The drive starts with a give to Spiller. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Strong right. Watch the flag. Motion. Block. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going up top. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Jackson buying time to his left. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They go play action here on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah,
looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Johnson's got it complete.
Watch the twitch. Check that, check that.
Complete to number 82. Out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Get him, boy.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Pick it up. Say, let's go. Travel. Twist. 25.
2nd and 3.
Jump.
Complete. It's Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Hey, watch it. 33.
2nd and 4. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A big play there. 47 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will extend this big lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I got one.
Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 34.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A handoff to Spiller to begin the drive. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
On the ready. 61. Match box. Right. Scared. They scared.
Again on the ground, again it's Spiller. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Now the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 26.
Makes the score Bengals 47.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Mixon. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the fourth down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. He'll drop to throw. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Hey, check 21. 24. Switch.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
You got that right there.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Tight end right. 22, Jet, Bomber. 22, Jet, Bomber. 81. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
A delayed give to Spiller. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Jackson from the shotgun. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15.
Here we go.
A big play that time for the Ravens. 46 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's going to and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he loses the football a second time. And the Ravens have got it. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. Flushed out right. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
A gain of 7, and they pick up the 1st.
Here we go. Watch the screen.
To throw again is Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Coverage there by the former 1st-round pick, William Jackson. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals will get the football back.
Marquise Brown, the block area. Intended for Marquise Brown.
So the ref makes a call, no touchdown there. Wipe it off the board.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he comes back with one complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. From the gun on third down, Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. Again, Jackson, and it's caught. And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is...
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. One more extra point attempt for good measure. It's up and it's good as they tack on one more to what's going to be a very satisfying victory. So we had action to the